So how is the unique upgrade for the USS Gearing? Let's find out with Ripper.
Gearing roars beneath the tide. Stealth and guns, she turns the ride. Torpedoes dance through smoke and sea. King of flanks, she hunts with glee.
Hey team, this is Ripper here. You guys doing fantastic. Got a fun video looking at the USS Gearing. Yes, but this time with the legendary mod or unique upgrade that allows it to basically have 5.6 detectability. And we'll see how this actually plays out. And I'm curious, at the sacrifice of gun reload and torpedo reload, let's see if this really does work like people are talking about. And man, oh man, will you be surprised. But as always, before we begin, like, subscribe, button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. If you see value in what we're doing here today, thanks for smashing those buttons down below. Leave a comment. And even if you see me out there, like you can see in the chat right there, people saying, hey man, hi, how's it going? Love your content. And just appreciate the gratitude. It means a lot to me. So, all right, have a great day, and let's get right to it. Our USS Gearing. The greatest thing, I mean, this literally is one of my first and favorite destroyers of all time in World of Warships. So the reason why is I like the turret system, the 127mm turret system, and we get spotted right there. USS Gearing on the opposing side, but this time he's also got the legendary mod. And you can see that he's got the same idea going for him like we did me. The question is, who can outplay the other person? So right now we're capping with the J. Humphreys in support on the enemy side. We're not going to play around. And look at this. One torpedo hit on the Gearing. Look at that. These torpedoes sneak up out of nowhere. I'm telling you, the torpedoes on the Gearing, the Fletcher line, they just come out of nowhere. And, oh my gosh, I do believe we have a flooding on the Gearing. Will this be enough? Holy cow, look at that. First blood flooders kill. Devastating strike. We take our counterpart Gearing. Sorry, buddy, but it's just the RNG and the way of the game. So, things like that where the Gearing just excels at. Just those random kind of, close-in kills, knife fights, gun fights, torpedo fights. This is where the Gearing really excels, and I really enjoy it. Again, like I said, one of my favorite destroyer lines from the very beginning. The first destroyer line I grinded out. Very awesome, very unique. I mean, this is the all-around workhorse. I just did a video about destroyers, and really, I'm telling you, if you really want a good starter destroyer to learn the game, learn how to play destroyers, and to succeed in World of Warships, Gearing is honestly the best. I think people pick it for everything, in competitive, in ranked, in randoms, in any mode. We'll even take a look at it in Unbreakable Line. But my goodness, it is still holding up to be one of the best all-around utility destroyers out there. I'm not saying it's the best gunboat or best torpedo boat out there, but it really does satisfy all the roles that I said in my previous video about what a destroyer complement is, and you can check that out in my my video content. But it's great, man. I'm telling you, the survivability of it is amazing too. You'd be surprised. It hasn't kind of been nerfed or anything over time or power crept because it still survives. It's got that 20mm armor, 21mm armor plating in the center, making small caliber guns difficult to sometimes and deceives other destroyers. That this thing, I can shoot at it and kill it. But really, it's got that armor plate that just throws everybody off, and it makes it survive. It's almost kind of like a French saturation gimmick, but no saturation, really. It just it shatters some of these small caliber guns. The AP and HE are just standard 127mm guns, nothing great. They're great at lobbing over islands, not the greatest velocity or trajectory that you would like, but it's great at lobbing shells over islands, so it's more of that artillery support. And again, I love the guns. The guns are just those cool-looking, American-esque kind of looking caliber guns, and that's why I really enjoy it. The torpedoes are amazing. Like I said, you just saw how we got the kills there. Now, the downside is the reload is 100 seconds, and even if you build for it, another 15% isn't really going to do you much. I mean, you'll get down to maybe 88 seconds, 90 seconds, whatever, cool. But what are you really getting out of that? Or that's 15 seconds, really? I don't know. I like to play for the guns. I build for the guns all the time. Now, you will sacrifice the reload, so you can get this thing down to sub 2-second reloads if you don't play for the leg mod. But for the leg mod, you get about 2.9 base, and then you start going down with adrenaline rush there. The smoke is the best in the game. American smoke lasts the longest, disperses the longest, very incredible. You can lay walls of smoke screen cover right there. So that's really why people enjoy it a lot. And of course, the engine boost, nothing too cosmic. It lasts a long time, 8%. So really, there's nothing fancy about this. It's just good old-fashioned destroyer playing skills, and it really tests your skills and hones it about well, what do you want to be? You want to be a gunboat destroyer, or you want to be a torpedo boat destroyer? And that's kind of how I play it. Okay, we get spotted there. You can't play it. Pick up 5 with the J. Humphreys. That's the tier super ship of the Gearing line. Getting torpedo hits in the back there. This is what it excels at, man. You can 16.5 kilometer range. Very, very powerful, very strong there to be having that kind of impact on the battle. And you can really lock down an entire flank with these torpedoes. And they're reloaded again, you know, based on our adrenaline rush. Not bad. It's not a bad reload, but it's nothing too fancy either. So it's not like Holland reloads or Jaeger reloads.
Nice work.
They're just kind of there. I think this is the counterpart to the Shimakaze line, but the Gearing has just better guns than the Shimakaze line. So you can be a torpedo boat if you'd like to. You can play it that way. Take a look at the background video, see how you like it. You can build for torpedoes. You can build for guns, whatever. I like to build for the gun reload, but have the torpedoes there in the commander build. At the end of the video, you'll see it really helps out. We outspot the J. Humphreys here. He's got a 5.9 detection, 5.6. This is what excels for the Gearing, just outspotting everybody, getting that first look, first kill. We're waiting. Can I back out of it? Nope. So I'm going to pop the smoke and kind of negate this. So again, really difficult to play in randoms. Nobody's really helping me, so this is not very good outcome. But you can see how we play it. And I'm just picking this one battle. I just play one battle in randoms and just see how it plays. I really don't enjoy randoms as much anymore, but it's fun. It's okay. It's not bad. I enjoy Unbreakable Line and Ranked a little bit more nowadays. Launching torpedoes in the gap there. Hopefully we get a lucky hit. And again, here's exactly why the USS Gearing excels, because with the leg mod here, you can really sneak up on destroyers, get the first shots out, and it's really, like I said, it's surprising to kill. And also you get a 5% dispersion bonus to you. So basically when people shoot at you, it's 5% less likely to hit. So very, very impressive there. And the good survivability, I'm surprised, with no heals or anything too. That's the downside, no heals. Okay, so look at the Jutland right here. Look at the guns. See, not the greatest reloads that you would get with normal Gearing, but still manageable. It's not like bad. And you get the lob over island. So look at this. We got great arcs here. You're just getting as much damage again. Again, these guns hurt a lot. They actually are surprisingly powerful. And there he goes. Missouri gets that final shot in, and we kill a Jutland. Look at that. Look how powerful that is. Now, all right, let's see if we can work on the Kitakaze over here. So I'm just kind of, you know, I think this match is already lost. So we're just kind of picking people off one by one. And let's see, we'll launch some torpedoes into the smoke here. Don't hang out in smoke too long. Gearing will come in and just wipe you out with a wall of torpedoes. Okay, Kitakaze, we outspot him, so that's great. Unfortunately, he has too much support. And I was really wanted to shoot and open up on him, and there's torpedoes from Kitakaze. Who is going to... Then here's the other thing I hate, submarines. Okay, how am I supposed to fight against this? Now I got to drive into him. I shouldn't have shot. I should have let him go underwater. I wanted to just pick him and make him go underwater, but unfortunately, I made a bad decision there. I was hoping that he would stay above water a little longer, but that's the power of submarines. They can just go undetected at will, and he's got support. So they're just going to fire like crazy at me, and there's nothing really I can do. And, yep, there's the constant pinging on an object that's underwater that I have no defense at. And they can just fire at will at me. And, ooh, do we get this kill? Oh, my gosh. We don't go down with a fight, ladies and gents. We get the Iowa kill, and he goes down. Splash 2, 85,000 damage. And we did our work there. We did everything we could, but unfortunately our team was just not able to support. And they'll blow up everybody here. All right, there's the game right there. Let's see how we did. I didn't really try or do anything much. I was just trying to survive, pick one guy off at a time, see how you do in the top of the team. Yep, we up top of the team, and nobody did anything at the bottom here. That's the nature of randoms nowadays. Yeah, but that's the basics there. But like I said, randoms, it's fun with a Gearing that can outspot almost everything. But really, I do enjoy it on other modes right now, like Ranked. Let's take a look at Ranked, and then we'll take a look at Unbreakable Line, see how they kind of play out with this leg mod, and see if it's good for you. All right, I lied. There's actually one more random game I want to check out here, and this was my the match previous was a second game I played. This is the first game I played in randoms. I just wanted to try it out, and this was the first time I tried it with leg mod, and I wanted to see if it got any better or made my playstyle any different. But yeah, I lied. One more game in this. I actually had a good game in this this first round, and it was really interesting of how the Gearing with leg mod actually works. This 5.6 detection, I mean, it's something that's so simple as concealment, you would think would be not really a game changer, but really it is. It's like, wow, if you can outspot somebody, and I never realized that, if you can outspot somebody and really be able to have that first look, first kill, it makes all the difference. And I think that that makes the Gearing a little bit more kind of passive, but still enjoyable because you're still launching torpedoes out to 16.5. You've got guns if you need it. Like right here, here's an engagement, which, of course, this is a YOLO summer, so not realistic here. There's somebody just YOLOing in a cap is not really the greatest. But anyways, we'll use it. All right, we launch torpedoes right at them, just as, like I said, Gearing torpedoes launch right at you. They sneak up out of nowhere when you're not really paying attention here. And you can see here, the amount of power the guns can do is incredible. And of course, you're like, oh my crap, oh my goodness, and torpedoes sneak up out of nowhere, and boom, he goes down. First blood, first kill. Again, I get a lot of these first bloods with the Gearing because you just kind of outspot everything. You just catch them off guard. You see them, you get the first shots on them. And very, very powerful, very awesome there. And I like it a lot. So now we're going to reverse into a cap. Here's a good destroyer player right here. It does. You reverse into a cap, allowing yourself an egress or path and route, all while capping a target in spotting for your team. And that's the signs of a good destroyer player right there. That's all you really have to do is reverse into caps, slowly cap, and have, if you want to nose in, you can, but you make sure you have to have an egress plan or, you know, smoke with the nature of radar and hydro. You got to know that. Now, here's the thing I know I can do this is because why I look at the lineup right here and I notice there is no radar. Since I know there's no radar, just a carrier and a lot of subs, then I know I can do sneaky little things like this where I can reverse constantly into a cap and have smoke ready in case I get into trouble. So I'm not worried about the radar threat. So, yeah, that's pretty much the nature of Gearing gameplay. It's nothing sexy. It's nothing cosmic. It's just simple. You know, you're an ISR forward observer platform, and that's all you really do. You just go out there and spot. And let's see. I think we're going to get engaged by the Lucian here. Let's see what happens. And the cool thing is we out-detect everything, too. Like, so I look on my side. Oh, yeah, we see him first. We get the first shots. See, I get the first shots off. And now he's going to open fire, revealing his position, and then we're going to smoke off. We don't want to engage him. He's got a 5.5 kilometer hydro. So he'll perma-spot us unless he didn't use it. So I'm assuming he's not using it right now because he already used it earlier. And there's the shots right there. Again, the guns are incredible. See, we can the shell arcs are not the greatest, again, trajectory. But again, when they hit, man, they hurt a lot. You just got to be able to lob these bad boys just ever so perfectly. We got one more hit right there. That should be it. And yes, we get the final friendly hit right there. Good job, Booster, right there. And that's pretty much a gun engagements of destroyers. Again, the Gearing, although not sexy, it gets the job done. I mean, you literally outspot everything. You get the first look, first kill, and you kind of just really wail on somebody and catch them in unsuspecting spots, especially if they don't have a way to egress a bad engagement. All right, so let's see if we can just go in and spot. We're going to just drive into Bravo here. We'll cap Bravo. Again, nothing too sexy, just going into Bravo. The aircraft carriers. Now, back in the day, Gearing had some of the best AA in the game. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't. It's just kind of got nerfed to the ground. I don't really play for DFAA. You notice at the bottom I play for engine boost. I would rather have the speed to get out of trouble and drive around the map to cap a lot bit more than just shooting airplanes, because you don't really get engaged by airplanes all the time, right? But you do use the speed all the time. You want to sail around the map and do fun things, right? Here we are. We're shooting submarines again. Submarine kiting away. Yep, that's nature of World of Warships right now. And then that's really it. I mean, that's pretty much the first engagement, and that's another randoms kind of, hey, how can you use your concealment, the leg mod, really displaying its power right there. And that's pretty much it. And that's the game right there. We really don't. Everybody's in the sailing into the back of the map to the A line this time instead of J line, and that's the nature of the game. We win just by points right there. So that again, that's another game with randoms in the Gearing. And let's see how we did. All we did was cap, and we're top of the team again. See, basic destroyer gameplay. You get a lot of points, a lot of credits, and you know, top of the team like there. Look, making money, making points, and everything. You're doing a good job. All right, now let's take a look at a ranked battle. Okay, so here's a game in ranked, and it's just one of a few I tried. I was like, let me try to play ranked with the leg mod and see how it actually works and pans out. Even though, a lot of destroyers out there can really outgun and outdo the Gearing, but the Gearing is just incredible with the ability to do this kind of, first look, first kill kind of thing. And does it kind of pan out in ranked? Does it work? I mean, does outspotting everything in ranked? I mean, and it's a little bit more balanced in this regard because we're only playing 7 versus 7, so you don't have everybody shooting at you, no carriers, not really many subs. And you kind of do these more one-on-one engagements that I do enjoy in ranked and maybe Unbreakable Line, where it singles out smaller engagements rather than dealing with everybody firing at you. And that's the constant nature of randoms, especially with carriers and subs and everything. And really, it's just simplistic gameplay, and I like that it's just basic, back to the basics, right? Of just destroyer gameplay where you go in, you spot, you cap your team, and see how it pans out. Especially when you're using smaller teams to coordinate maneuvers and focus firing. I mean, I like that gameplay a little more now than randoms. rather than just trying to get damage output, right? All right, Brisbane, we spot him. Of course, I'm waiting for the radar to pop as soon as, because he's got a 12-kilometer radar. I'm inside of his ring on the minimap, as you can see. Way to go there, Marceau, taking out the Club Air. And again, here we go. We get the first spot on we outspot the Shimakaze, actually. So, actually, the Shimakaze and we have the same detection, but that's the cool thing about it. I'm not afraid of a Shimakaze anymore because we have the same detection. So as soon as he's spotted, I'm spotted, and we can just duke it out. And notice that he never fires his guns, because why? Shimakaze players just don't know about their guns. They just want to focus on torpedoes and go undetected. All right, but you know what? Gearing doesn't play like that. We want to fire our guns. We do all types of damage and everything with everything we've got. And you can see it's really difficult to hit a Gearing, going kiting away and running away. You can see the dispersion ability of the leg mod really helps out, especially when you're shooting or having cruisers that are only using front 2 guns to shoot at you. Meanwhile, you're returning fire and sending as much hate back at them as well. And you can start a lot of fires. You notice there's a fire right there. See, it starts a lot of fires, these little caliber guns. And look, we have only taken maybe about 4,000 damage. And that's exactly why it's so annoying to shoot against a Gearing. Even this leg mod, it makes it even harder to hit. So I feel like almost like a Jaeger or Yo Yang, kind of almost invulnerable in that sense, because everybody's firing at you. You're like, okay, what the hell's going on here? I can't hit the damn Gearing. Well, meanwhile, they're forgetting that the other people are shooting at them. So I do like that. The Gearing allows you to pick shots or, kind of poke at the bear and let them fire you, and then they sacrifice themselves by opening up and forgetting about the threat. It kind of distracts the enemy a lot. All right, Valparaiso is... Okay, let's see. Oh, he spots us. Oh, yeah, he's well within our detection. Look at his secondaries, my God. You're actually... Dang, they are super active, I'm telling you. And, oh, I thought we were going to get a torpedo kill there. All right, here we go. Valparaiso finally down, the most broken ship in the game. We got a Valparaiso. It's okay. So we'll keep him alive as long as we can. And pretty much this game is kind of almost still in play here. They have a Shimakaze and a Colombo and Montana, so we have to cap and hold the cap and make sure that these players in the back here don't kill our players. Bravo's covered there. We're good. Valparaiso, we just got to keep Valparaiso alive. So we'll push the Shimakaze, make sure he doesn't torp at will. There it is. Here's Shimakaze. Man, I hate Shimakaze so bad. Like, all they do is just do the torp build and stealth build. So you got to kill him as fast as possible. All right, using only front 2 guns here. He's probably launched torpedoes. Yep, I just saw splashes right there. You just look for the splashes, and you notice he launched them. So I got to nose in here somewhere. I'm nosing in, waiting. Where are they at? Where are they at? Come on, where are those torpedoes at? You can spot them from a mile away. There they are. All right, this is my bad here. I forgot to damage con the steering, and I didn't make the turn. All right. Oh, man. That's bad on me, but you know what? We did our part. We killed and spotted that destroyer, and we got... another player out earlier as well. So that's Gearing and Legmont, and you see how you play it. We win the game, though, just based on points. I mean, it's very simplistic gameplay. You outspot almost everything, and you can torp build and smoke up everybody. And let's see how we did. Yep, somewhat okay. We didn't do too much damage. We were just helping our team there. We were just more of a passive gameplay. And that's pretty much Legmont and rank, but let's take a look at Unbreakable Line and finish it out and see how it actually plays out in today's World of Warships. Okay, my favorite mode, Unbreakable Line. Let's take a look at how leg mod Gearing really works. Again, what do I think about the legendary mod or unique upgrade of Gearing? Is it a must? Nowadays, yes. I think it is a definite game changer for the Gearing. Having the ability to outspot everything, 5.6 kilometer range, and getting that first look, first kill is amazing. You don't play the Gearing for the guns. It really doesn't have the DPM output that you really are, that other destroyers have that you can definitely pick that are better. You really play it for the utility. The ability to go out there, spot, out-detect everything, go in and cap, use the speed and agility to move around the map, then torpedo from range, which allows you to be more standoff and you survive a lot better. The 5% dispersion gimmick to allow this thing to survive more is awesome. The Gearing has a 21mm plate in the midsection. So yeah, I really think that this leg mod is a must on the Gearing. I think having that 5.6 kilometer detection in today's World of Warships of passive gameplay, I really think it is a must and very viable, very effective, and very efficient for a lot of things, okay? Because the majority of the time you're undetected anyway, so you don't want to, sacrifice your ship. Now watch this. We're getting perma-spotted by the Hydro, and somebody fires at us, and he completely misses. That dispersion gimmick really helps out the Pommern first front guns, and you'll see a lot of shots being missed. And I think that the unique upgrade and legendary mod of the Gearing here really allows it to shine and survive a lot better. So I think, again, it's definitely worth it. I think to grind it out and use it, that will make the Gearing even way more powerful. More on the passive side, not the offensive side, but more passive, right? Launcher torpedoes right there at the Palmer, and we got Goliath there. And of course, smoke doesn't really do much of us any good now because we're trying to cap and spot and torp and do everything possible but we have to sacrifice being so close to the hydro that it really just makes the smoke just unreliable. You can't really do much with it. So, and now we're getting shot by the Cassard here. Look at how much survivability we can do getting shot out by everybody here. Look at that dispersion right there. See, all the shells are landing all around us, and we get a kill with the flood on the Palmer. Torpedoes pack a wallop. So we're not going to sit around here and mess around. We can live to fight another day. Notice I will survive literally the whole match here. And see, Unbreakable Line is fun if you can survive too. It's not all about just YOLOing and dying. Try to test yourself to see if you can actually survive one round of Unbreakable Line without dying. Just treat it like it's randoms, right? Let's see here. All right, so we are turning back around. So again, we're outside of the hydro detection area. So just because we lose a cap doesn't mean it's over, okay? You got to be patient. You got to think about this, be methodical, and realize use everything, all the surroundings to the best of your ability. The game is still not over yet. In Unbreakable Line, it can be unforgiving. Like if you literally die more often than not, and then of course give up a cap in the long run, you can still lose. Look at that dispersion right there. It didn't hit us at all. We are surviving. Now we're going to go ahead and back up into the cap, and Cassard spots us again. So we're going to go undetected here. Let's go see if we can engage. Back turret only. Look at that. Engaging a Cassard. See how bad the Cassard. I just did a video about it, about the destroyers, and yeah, I don't like Cassard with the guns. It is not built for the guns. The guns just do not do anything for the Cassard. Is built for the torpedoes. It's a torpedo destroyer, almost similar to the Gearing playstyle. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any kind of smoke screen or radar or hydro to get it out of a bad situation. So it's just using speed, its engine boost to just really disengage and get out of the way. And the concealment's not really there in the Cassard either. 6.1 is just standard, but we outspot it with a 5.6. So that's why, yeah, Cassard, I can see why not many people play it. It's kind of difficult to play sometimes. But the torpedoes do pack a wallop. So we just spotted for our team. Or they're spotting the Austin allows our team to fire back. And now, guess what? We'll slowly creep back into the cap. And we'll engage. Again, we are inside of our detection of the Palmer here. Very, very close engagements. Again, we're not going to play around. I'm going to shoot on the inside of the arc there because I know he's going to turn her and slow down. So this is where I get a majority of my kills on a battleship because I know they always slam on the brakes and turn in and slow down. Especially he's got hydro up. He sees my torpedoes. They're coming right at him. He can see them. All he can really do is just stop. So I know he's going to stop right into him. It's harder for a battleship to accelerate out of something. It's easier for it to stop and slow down and turn in. So that's what majority of players do, and that's how I kind of utilize torpedo hits right there. So we're perma spot over here. I'm not going to pop the smoke. I'm just going to see how many fires we start. Look at that amount of damage these little guns can do. I mean, I'm really surprised. Look at the reload rate. So the reload rate is about 2.9, 2.5 second reloads. Even with the leg mod, it's doable. It's bearable. It's not the worst. I mean, you getting an extra 0.5 or 0.3 seconds of reload, is it really going to change your game that much? I don't really think so. I think the concealment gimmick of having 5.6 concealment detection is better, and the guns are still there to do somewhat chip damage. I mean, that's it. I mean, I don't see a problem in the reloads that you're trying to do with the Gearing here, because I'm not a Marceau or Smallin or anything that I need like 1.5 second reloads. 2.5 seconds is just fine in a Gearing, I've noticed, because again, the DPM is not there, and it's really, the guns are just standard 127mm guns that just pen 121mm. So like I said, you're not building for the guns. They're there as pea shooters if you need them. And now we're really playing for the concealment, the undetectability, and the stealth torpedoing from distance. That's what you're really building for. And look at this. Now I'm helping my team out. We are losing right now, but guess what? We're going to come back just by me sitting in the center of this cap and having a 5.6 detectability makes the other team very frustrated that they can't figure out where this Gearing is or how to spot it or me or get to me, because I have a smoke and I have the ability to run away and have a better concealment than the other destroyer. So yeah, very, very difficult for the opposing team. Now we're just going to sit here and just torp from distance, and we can do this. We can literally sit and hold and cap all day. Ooh, look at this Cecilia here. Let's see what we can do. Let's switch to AP. Let's see how the AP does on the front bow here. AP's not bad. 2100 damage. Very slow shells. You can see about 11.1 kilometer range means that we can engage closer and go undetected faster because we're not shooting at, our plume doesn't go all the way out to like 12, 13, or 14. It's just 11.1. Look at that, just exposing the front nose there. Just shooting at his, look at the bow. Just the AP alone can really put a wallop on the front bow, which is incredible here. We pop the smoke to go undetected, and now we're just shooting from undetected from smoke. still undetected. Our smoke plume is great. Firing penalty is 2.8. So awesome right here. And then now we're just using front 2 turrets or 3 back turrets is good as well if I get a good angle. Look at that. Damaging and killing a Cecilia with the front turret there. About 124,000 damage, so not bad, not bad. And we are capping now all the points. We literally capped single-handedly Alpha and Bravo for our team, and it brings us back from the dead there. So you can see the power of the gearing. Unbreakable Line is not dead. It is absolutely viable, very usable here. The guns are here just kind of like, yeah, just play with them. I play around with them. Not going to do too much. We're not expecting much, but we do something there. Very good there. And we'll launch a nice spread of torpedoes to get a wall. And pretty much the game is over. And we win the game. Look, we'll start a fire on Vyazma here. Yeah, there's a fire. Burns them down. Again, the guns are great at burning people down. We got the Austin right here. He wants us to probably slow down, and he'll probably try to either sit behind cover or sit by detectability here. I would just shoot a spread of torpedoes. And now, if the game kept going on, I would have just nailed that Austin because he was just sitting there shooting in the blind right there and not really moving. So I would have totally taken him out, and we win the game. Look at that! Look at that comeback right there. Awesome comeback. Just sitting in the middle, didn't die, survived the ability, 135,000 damage. We spotted, we tanked, we did everything we needed to do, and distracted the team. And look at that. Winning the game, making some money, and having a blast doing it. Middle of the team, not bad there. And yeah, we did all types of damage. Very utilitarian utility destroyer. Definitely recommend a must. Leg mod, absolutely amazing, unique upgrade. Get it for the gearing. It is worth it. Makes it a strong, viable ship for both competitive, randoms, and Unbreakable Line. So hope you guys are doing well. If you see me out there, make sure you say hello, smash those buttons if you want to support us. And of course, the build will be at the end of the video. Until next time, you guys stay safe. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.